Hey guys, how you doing? Have another tutorial for you today where we can get it just into a little bit more depth on some of the tools that aren't used as frequently. They're good to know. You can kind of pick and choose and decide which ones you think will be most helpful for you. I have a sequence open right now that is a little more complicated than some of the ones that we've been looking at. The previous ones were basically just little practice sequences. This is from a real um, job that I did for Metro Community College, and this was the Young Professionals Summit. I can hear the music, but you can't, so I'm going to mute all this stuff because really for our purposes, you want to really just be looking at the timeline and the tools. But it starts out with a graphic, and that's pretty easy to make, actually. Cross dissolve, and then a series of cuts. Some of these I speeded up or slowed down. This is just B-roll that we took for this Young Professionals Summit that was 2 years ago. Here's a on-camera interview, and if you look down here, rather than up at the program panel, you'll see that there's a lot of layering that's going on. I've got just B-roll covering cuts is kind of what it is. When you interview someone, you pick and choose what they say. And to make it all kind of look smooth and polished and keep it short, you hide the things you cut out with B-roll. That's one of the reasons why B-roll is so darn important. Another thing that you might notice is that that we've got a logo here. If I blow this up, it's this little bug. We've got a lower third. These are all things that I believe I probably either imported the logo as a PNG file from Metro's art department, and then I probably made this lower third in After Effects, but you could do something actually very similar in Premiere. Anyway, let's go small with that. And let's now blow up the sequence here. Again, I am selecting the sequence window, which is this lower right window, and I'm hitting the tilde key, which blows it up so you can see it better. And this is almost a 4-minute sequence, and you can see I've got a number of things going on. I've got my Robo Skater music. That's this. And sometimes what you have to do is if the track isn't long enough, you just you cut in the middle and add, kind of extend the track. I've got audio from interviews here. That's what this is. It goes with the let's see if you can kind of tell. Whoops. I'm just trying to get this track a little bigger so you can see it. And if we zoom in a little bit, no, it doesn't really show the, but what this is, this clip here, this is Nick Huff, is the interviewee. That's what this filmed sequence is right here. And this is the audio that goes with the sequence. All right, so the music's down here and the audio that synced with the video goes here. On the top, we've got any kind of graphics. Let's see if this makes more sense if I look at it up here. You know, I've got a graphic superimposed over her speaking, and then again quick clips of B-roll, and also just kind of a little graphic to tell, you know, what was this portion of the event, I guess would be the right way to say it. So we have a number of interviews here. We needed to keep it kind of organized. So we've got our audio that we did here in one bin. We've got, I noticed that my audio had Paul's audio in it too. This is probably just a duplicate that accidentally got pulled in there. Paul, my partner who helped me shoot this, he's got different kinds of clips because he had a Nikon camera, that we're in the practice sequence here. This is the interviews that we shot, just the raw interviews. And, you can tell where I took, clips out. That's what all these cuts are. And this is the finished sequence, the YP Summit, that I copy pasted onto this practice sequence so that I could mess it up and it wouldn't be a problem. Anyway, so let's go back to the practice sequence and just talk a little bit about the tools. Obviously, it's pretty simple what the selection tool and the cut tool do, but in a real life situation here where I've got a lot of stuff going on this timeline, there's a couple handy things that I can do with these lesser used tools down here. Let's just start with the hand, okay? So in this case, let's blow up Brian Smith here real big. Okay, so I'm gonna make this a little easier to see. So I'm gonna select this, his clip here, and I'm going to go to the effect controls. Just for the purposes of demoing, I'm gonna blow up this clip really big and reposition it. All right. And so I can do that from here. I can also do it with the hand. And it should be able to, of course, it's not working. But that's really what this little hand is the best for. Gosh. Let's see if it will. I don't know if it's because it's not rendered or what. Let's try this one. Okay, so it's showing you on her lower third. I basically selected the clip, and then the little hand tool, it's when I've grabbed it, it looks like an arrow. And then I can move it around intuitively within the frame. It might just be a little bit easier for you. And then, of course, you'll have to re-render that because it replaced it. Let's go to Command-Z, just put it back where it was. And same with Brian. We don't need him to be 120 degrees blown up. He's already 110 degrees blown up. All right, but that's what that, oh gosh. See if it'll work with his thing. If I double click it and hit H for hand. Yeah. It's just slow and laggy, and that's my computer, but I double click the lower third, and then with my hand tool, if I want to scoot it over to that side, yeah, that's all it really is. There we go. Command-Z, put it back where it was. All right, the pen tool. The pen tool is honestly one that I rarely use, but here's what it's probably best for. All right, so you know how we did keyframes behind the scenes of our clips? Let's select this. If I wanted to lower the like slowly, this is something that you can do, kind of slowly lower the volume of some of your audio. I'm going to hit that pen tool, and when I click on this little line here, which is the volume indicator, I can create a keyframe right here on the timeline. And that's all it is. So as look here on the levels, you'll see it like be kind of a normal, because he's muted, you can't see those wave. Okay, there we go. So he's talking, and say like there was a loud noise, we wanted to bring it way down. You can just see it lowering. You can make this like really fast too. Yeah, that sometimes if you have to cut people off, I do that sometimes, but that's what that pen tool is best for. You can use it with the opacity of a person's clip. Here, since we're talking about Brian, want to blow this track up just a little bit so we can see okay, so right here is like a normal opacity. With my pen tool, I can do and then bring it down. Say if I wanted to do like a do-it-yourself Oh, he's disappearing. See how that's working? Yeah. So opacity and volume is the main things those pen tools do. All right. If I wanted to, you know what? I'm just going to stop now and then we'll come back and we'll do the slip tool. And so it's not too much to take in all at once. Okay.